certified commission ran to do this PTSD study in neighborhoods like the one I'm talking about. When they did it with 4,000 LA Unified children in hot zones, 90% of the children had been victims of a serious battery felony at the felony level, or had been witness to a murder, a gang rape, or some other traumatizing level of exposure to violence. Plus you add to the domestic violence, which is the precursor to gang violence because it anesthetizes you to violence. Violence in the home is the seed. It's the umbilical cord to the gang and the street violence. Of those 90%, 33% of those kids, and that's conservatively done because a lot of the kids won't talk. It's a self-reporting exposure to violence survey. 33% of them had PTSD levels that are equivalent to our troops returning home from combat in Fallujah. 33% of our kids had PTSD levels that were the levels of Mosul's children that were measured at the end of 2006, Civil War Mosul. We couldn't measure the kids in Baghdad because schools had shut down, so the survey didn't work. Bottom line, my question was, what's the political will problem here? We have a paradigm problem, we have a political will problem. The solutions are actually, we know what the solutions are. The problem is that it doesn't pay anybody to implement the solutions. No one is going to make money keeping these kids safe, making them whole, getting rid of their PTSD, making sure that after school activities don't end at 5, the social workers don't pack up their suitcases at 4 because it's dark in the winter. I've been in meetings in Watts where people were throwing stuff in their bags that looked like a NASCAR startup race when we got in that parking lot because it was dark in Watts and they weren't staying there. Well, guess what? We left those kids there. The wraparound strategy is an epidemiological model. So what are the solutions? Number one, change from the mass incarceration strategy to a strategy that is based in the public health model. It is an epidemiological model that says you have to fix the ecosystem, the violence vectors in the ecosystem. What we've been doing is the equivalent of handing out fly swatters in a malarial epidemic. You cannot swat your way out of a malaria epidemic. You have to go out, you have to drain the swamp, you have to get rid of where the eggs nest, then you have to get the chemical dousing. What we've been doing is the equivalent of sending someone with brain cancer to the hairdresser. And we are not willing to take on